There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the stare down and a few words exchanged. The last...
that Roach may be the most skillful fighter you have fought in your career. Do you agree with that assessment, and how would you rate Roach's skills?
I agree. I totally agree. He got good skills. That's why he's here. You know what I mean?
The boxing world is becoming increasingly intense, with confrontational face-offs turning aggressive. The latest incident involves Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, where tensions escalated to the point of Davis delivering a headbutt as a dramatic kickoff to the rematch buildup. Fans at the press conference could clearly sense the tension and hostility between the fighters. "I'm going to hurt him badly," Davis declared. "I'll destroy him and leave him in complete ruin."
I don't really care too much about the outside critics. I know what I could do in the ring, and that's the only thing that matters, honestly, is that I go out and give it my all and perform. And most likely, 9 times out of 10, when I do that, I'll be victorious.
The two fighters brought their heated social media rivalry straight to the press conference. Exchanging harsh words right from the beginning, there was no doubt that Gervonta Davis was provoked, inspired by the hype surrounding another major bout in the boxing world. He charged forward and delivered a headbutt during the face-off. The act sparked chaos, as Lamont Roach was in no mood to back down without seeking retaliation.
I take that compliment very well, and it lets me know that he is 100% focused, and that he gonna bring his A game. You know, that's what's all a part of this. Is gonna make it a great fight. That's what a lot of people are missing. That's what, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people don't get. So that's the thing right there. Like he's attentive, he's aware, and he know that. And that's part of the, you know, that's what got him here.
Security personnel quickly separated them, and the fighters didn't come near each other again until they left the arena. However, before that, they had already engaged in several rounds of heated verbal exchanges, starting the moment Tank Davis took the microphone. Lamont Roach spoke first, confidently expressing his belief in his own abilities ahead of the rematch. He boldly promised to hand Gervonta Davis the first defeat of his career.
Just here to show up, and when I do show up, I show out for sure. That belt coming out, hopefully he bring his too with that belt coming out. You know, I'd like to thank Al Heyman, PBC, Tom Brown, and I'd like to thank Tank himself. You know what I'm saying? He, cash cow, head honcho, gave me the opportunity. Let's boogie.
I promise him a night far worse than the first fight. It's going to get ugly in this time. No judge or referee will be able to save him. I'll have my hand raised in victory, no doubt about it. This closing remark from Lamont Roach struck a nerve with Tank Davis and his team, who seemed eager for Tank's turn to respond. When he finally spoke, Tank issued sharp warnings to Lamont, reminding him that what he experienced in their first bout was nothing more than luck, something he won't benefit from again. The growing tension between them has been impossible to ignore, culminating in intense verbal spats and even physical confrontations.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he's got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter, hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head.
During the press conference, Davis also issued a backstage threat to Roach, saying, "I'm coming for you again. This time, there's no running, no excuses. I'm going to show everyone who the real champ is." Roach, however, stayed calm and composed, refusing to be shaken by the challenge. One of the most vocal members of Gervonta Davis's team was Leonard Ellerbe. When he spoke shortly before Lamont Roach, he repeatedly emphasized that Tank had personal issues to deal with during their previous fight, implying that Roach had only faced a distracted and troubled version of Davis.
Say Tank Davis. We gonna see. He's gonna let you know. There are a few things on the table, so we'll see what happens. In your opinion, does Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson ever happen? Of course. Why not? Why not? That's the fight the world want to see.
Shakur did an interview with...
I'm not taking anything away from Lamont, he said. But the Tank in March wasn't the real Tank. That was a troubled version of him. It was a time when he needed us most, but we weren't there. We were too busy. And now, that's come. Back to haunt us. This isn't just Tanks, return it's, all of us coming back together, unified. I doubt Lamont will even hear the final bell once he feels the pressure. In response, much of Lamont Roach's rebuttal was directed at Leonard Ellerbe's remarks.
Do you go into a press conference like, I'm trying to make a movie or I'm trying to match energy? Like, what's your approach to a press conference?
Shit, I be chilling. Like, how we all right now, you hear me? Like, yeah. I be in my element. 9 times out of 10, I'm thinking about the fight and what I'm gonna do, but you always gotta be on.
When it was Gervonta "Tank" Davis's turn to speak, he wore an unusually serious expression, making it clear that this time, he means business. He appears to have learned from his past mistakes and seems laser-focused on avoiding a repeat. "Thank you, everyone, for believing in me again," he said. "I've grown and I've learned. I know what it feels like to be at the bottom, but trust me, things will be different on August 16th. I'm unleashing the beast that's been locked inside me once and for all."
Yeah, a rude awakening for sure. He just doing what he have to do, trying to psych himself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Many believe that Gervonta Davis is the only one entering this fight driven by the fire of revenge. After all, he was the favorite and had rarely been taken the distance in his career, only on 2 occasions. For that reason, boxing fans view Davis as the man seeking redemption, especially since Lamont Roach was the one who blemished his previously untainted record.
Great talent, fighting on the card Saturday night. So I just want to be here and give it my all. I'm grateful and happy to be a part of this event and be able to be at this level in my career. So I want to just say thank y'all for coming out.
The reality is that Lamont Roach was the true victim of injustice in the fight. The draw resulted from a collusion of sorts: judges, the referee, the World Boxing Association, the New York State Athletic Commission, all played a part in questionable decisions during the bout. Therefore, if revenge is to be sought, it should come from Lamont Roach, who had the biggest victory of his career unjustly taken away due to a moment of negligence by boxing's corrupt officials.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's gonna be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder. If that didn't get me the win, and I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not gonna lie.
What makes this matchup even more fascinating is that it opens the door to a potential trilogy. For a fighter like Gervonta Davis, who has never faced a rematch, the prospect of a trilogy is truly exciting. Throughout his career, Davis has been linked to possible rematches with some of his previous opponents, such as Ryan and Pitbull, but none of these ever became official. That changed when Lamont Roach entered the scene and defied expectations. Many predict the rematch will closely mirror their first encounter, as Roach and Davis share nearly equal technical skills and ring intelligence. The major advantage for Roach is his warrior's chin, which allowed him to absorb some of Tank's best punches as if they were nothing more than light taps.
Crack you into, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same. And that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. Just he ran into a guy that's on the...
Tank's heavy reliance on his knockout power might not serve him well in this rematch. If he has any chance of winning, he'll need to rely on skillful boxing and find a way to outbox his opponent. Lamont Roach is a tough competitor, one who can't be easily knocked out like others. In fact, it was Tank who got caught by Roach's hook during their fight. Lamont prefers to stay in the pocket, right in the eye of the storm, which poses a significant challenge for Tank, who is accustomed to opponents retreating at the mere sight of his punches.
When you lock up, is he
He's
strong?
too small.
Tell that man too small, bro.
Y'all in the same weight class?
That's a new weight class for
moved
me. A new weight class for me.
That's what I'm saying. That night y'all was in the same weight class. And you still feel like you too small?
He was too small.
Dang.
I'm just calling a spade a spade. No disrespect, no nothing. It's just too small. I've been in there with some big guys.
There's plenty to anticipate in the upcoming rematch. The face-off was just the opening salvo of a battle that will intensify leading up to August. After one of the most controversial boxing matches in recent memory between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. on March 1st. The entire boxing community has been eager to see these two meet again, hoping to put the disputed majority draw decision firmly behind them.
Tank want a rematch. Let me know now. Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%.
again?
It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay. Cool.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
It quickly became clear that both camps were eager to arrange a rematch. An expert from Sports Illustrated, Chris Mannix, confirmed this by stating, "A Tank Roach rematch could happen as early as June 21st in Las Vegas. Both sides are now committed to running it back, with the date and location for Davis versus Roach to seemingly set. Fans have taken to social media to debate which of these world-class fighters will come out on top in their second showdown. Some fans are backing Roach for instance. One former user posted 2 photos from the first fight with the caption, "Roach is beating that guy again."
I just so happen to be a boxing fan that the fact that I do watch him fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really like boxing.
Are you open to immediate rematch?
In my contract, immediate rematch was signed. I signed for the immediate rematch when I signed for the first fight.
Right.
Just in case he lost or just in case it was a draw.
So when you got a rematch clause, how long we take it?
It's up to the A side and when they want to fight. So I'm thinking it's gonna be soon. I'm hoping it's gonna be soon. Let's say that.
What is soon to you? When you say soon to me, I'm thinking a month.
I'm thinking July.
I'm thinking July for sure.
Another fan shared a gif of a cockroach wielding a lightsaber, signaling their support for Roach. Meanwhile, other fans are backing Davis for the rematch. For example, one fan wrote, "I thought Roach won the first fight 115 to 113, but I believe Tank will make adjustments and take the rematch." Another added, "Roach will be very competitive, but Tank will KO him in the later rounds." The excitement for this fight will only continue to grow as the anticipated rematch date draws nearer.
That was the first fight in a long time when Tank first started. His body was that defined. You see how his body looked?
As for the first fight, it was expected to be just another routine night at the boxing arena for Gervonta Davis and his team this past weekend. From the moment the matchup against Lamont Roach was announced, Team Davis appeared neither worried nor unsettled. Roach was a familiar opponent with a solid, respectable record. Although he held a title, he was regarded as the smaller man and viewed as a significant underdog. Yet Roach fought like someone with something to prove. From the outset, he boxed skillfully from the outside, and when Davis forced him to abandon his jab and engage on the inside, Roach handled it without hesitation.
A skillful fighter. He fights from the area. In that DMV area, there's a lot of talent, and nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose. So I knew it was going to be a hard fight. This has been going on forever. We all help each other. They know our strengths, they know our secrets, we know theirs, and vice versa. So that is what made for a good fight.
It was a good fight. By the time the final bell sounded, fans inside Brooklyn's Barclays Center were left stunned. Though they had witnessed 36 minutes of relentless action, no one was sure who would be declared the winner. As the judges, scores were slowly tallied, Team Davis waited patiently. Ultimately, the smiles on their faces faded as their fighter was handed a majority decision draw. For the first time in his professional career, Davis left the ring without an official victory. Backstage, as he slumped into his chair, his team including Barry, Hunter shook their heads in disapproval of the decision. Hunter, who had been promoted to lead over Calvin Ford, believed the judges got it wrong. From his perspective, Davis had been more than up to the task.
Having a fight. Well, I knew he would be hungry. I knew he was going to fight extremely hard. I told you earlier Lamont Roach was ever a cheap date, so we knew that going into this fight. I thought there were times, there were opportunities when we were inside. We should have took advantage of a few things on the inside. But for the most part, this was a fight based on strategy. This was a fight, actually,
There's no point in being dishonest about it. Hunter is fully convinced that in the final rounds, Davis turned what had been a close back-and-forth battle into a decisive victory. "We tip our hats to the other side," Hunter told ESPN. "But I believed those last 2 rounds down the stretch sealed the deal. I thought we pulled it off." "The only chance Gervonta Davis has in the rematch," Hunter added, "is if he approaches his training with the same seriousness he promised after the fight." Following the disappointing draw against Lamont Roach, Davis revealed he would take just 1 week off from boxing to rest and recover. Before getting back to work, for more information, subscribe our channel, Champ Fights.